All right. Or you hear it at the end of a song and I'll be holding it a note like this and then I'll go. Right, so what is that sound? That is the sound of the minor plagal cadence. And in today's video, we're going to tell you what the minor plagal cadence is. I'm going to tell you why you need it, and I'm going to tell you how to use it and how to use it in your song. So let's go. So I'm going to try to explain this simply. A cadence is just a way that we usually would end something. So if I go, Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. That's a cadence, white as snow. Notice that I'm ending on a C, and I went white as snow. That's what we call a 5-1. And the reason we call that a 5-1 is because the word snow was my 1 chord. And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's my 5 chord. And that's just a way to end a song. Whose fleece was white as snow. But what the plagal cadence does is instead of doing a 5-1, it goes 4-1. So let's just do a review here. In the key of C, and if we're walking up the C scale, each of these notes has a chord attached to it. The 1 on the C is a major. The D chord would be a D minor. The 3 would be an E minor. The 4 would be an F major. The 5 would be a G major, the A would be an A minor, and the B would be a B diminished. So if I say 4-1, a plagal cadence is a 4-1, then that means that wherever your home key is, if it's C, you would go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and play the major chord on that note. Now in gospel, we have a song called Order My Steps, and it goes like this. Order my steps in your word. Let me change this key to the relative. There you go. Guide me every day. And then the end of the song goes, order my steps in your word. Now, did you see what just happened there? That's a cadence, but what kind of a cadence? Order my steps in your word. Well, the home is word, which is in D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So since the resolution happens in your word, that's a 4 to a 1. That's an example of a plagal cadence. But we're talking about the minor plagal cadence. So what that means is, let's go back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. So whereas the plagal cadence goes 4, 1, the minor plagal cadence takes the middle note, if you were in root position, and it takes that down a half step. So it's still the 4th chord, but instead of major, it's minor. So 4, 1. And you may be asking, well, is there a song that I can use that can help me with that? There's a perfect song for this. It's actually Total Praise. So I want you to watch this. And before I show the song, let's go in D flat. Since Total Praise is done in D flat, I want to show you this. So if I'm using the minor plagal cadence in D flat, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then I would drop this B flat down to an A. So the minor plagal cadence in D flat sounds like this. That's the major plagal cadence is this. Major 4-1. Minor plagal cadence is minor 4 to the 1. Now check this out. At the end of Total Praise, when I go, now watch this. At the end, you remember all those amens? That's very popular. You've all heard them. You amen. What chord is that on the men? Amen. Check this out. It's a 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Men. And then it goes back to the 1. What you're actually hearing, this is so cool, is minor plagal cadences. The voices are on top of it. adding extra harmonies there, but in essence, it's a minor plagal cadence. So check this out. Amen, amen. Da, da, da. So all you have is a series of minor plagal cadences. See that? G minor to F to D, right? This is a series of minor plagal cadences. And gospel musicians, we love the sound. We love how the sound resolves from that minor 4 to the 1. So let's teach you how to use this, because I've taught you the theory, but I really don't want you to memorize this intellectually. I want you to memorize this as a sound, right? So let's say there's a song that's ending in C, and you want to use a cadence. You don't want to just end the song and hold the C chord. You want to be able to do something here. So if we're ending a song, the first way to use this, I would call this the basic form. I'm going to give you 3 forms. Okay, so this is the basic form. So let's say that somebody does, let's do As a Deer. I'm going to end the song. Now I'm going to end the song here. Right? That was a plagal cadence, because I'm thinking about the fact that I need to do an F chord, and I want to resolve to the 1. So I went long to worship you. That's my F chord, right? It's in drop 2 position because I took the A down here. But I want to do a minor plagal, which means I need to do an A flat, because remember it's F minor to 1. So I'll go. Right, so I'm kind of playing around now with this minor sound, right? Kind of going a little bit heavier, a little bit, kind of staying with me, right? I'm doing a little heavier. This is the basic form, just a minor 4 to the 1. But an expanded form of the same cadence would be to take the 4 major, play that first, then go to the 4 minor, and then go to this. So it'd be four major, 4 minor, the 1. Now remember, I'm playing these in root position. I don't have to play it like this. How do you play an F major chord? I play an F major like this. I may play it like this, right? So how do you play an F major, and how do you play an F minor chord? So let me go to D flat, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing in D flat. So the expanded form would be, if I'm going to end a song, I would first play the 4 major, which is a G flat major. Then I would play the 4 minor, which is in G sharp minor or F sharp minor. And then I would go to the 1. That's the expanded form. So, see that? So here's my major. Actually, my major, my 4 major, my 4 minor. Now there's another one I can do. I call it a lead-in expanded. So it's an expanded with a lead-in chord. So here's what I do for that. So you're on your D flat. Bass guy's holding his D flat, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to target the half step above this D flat, which is a D. And I want you to play a diminished 7 chord on this D. So a diminished 7 chord would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you'd be playing this chord first. And this diminished chord leads, this is the lead-in chord. This leads to the 4 major, to the 4 minor, to the 1. This is the total expansion of that. Okay, so again, pick a chord that you're holding on the bass, go up a half step, play diminished 7 on that half step, go to the 4 major, go to the 4 minor, to the 1. So if I'm doing the end of the song, I would have okay, and I'm playing it with my vocab, so I'm just kind of playing it how I want to play it on the video, just kind of like whatever pops out. Okay, if you're just learning this, then just play it straight first and then kind of decide how you want to do that. Let's do another song. Let's do the song "'Tis So Sweet." Let's work this together. We're in E flat, right? So if I'm doing the minor plagal, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a minor. If I do the expanded, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 major to the minor to the 1. And if I do expanded with the lead in, it's going to be 1 up a half step. So I'm going to do a diminished 7 chord, and remember this diminished 7 chord is symmetrical, which means I don't have to start on an E. I can put this E up top and I can play this diminished 7 chord, or I can put this on top and I can play this diminished 7 chord. I can play any of these right before I play my A flat major to the A flat minor, and then I go to the 1. So that's how I end the song. So see how I expanded that? That's my lead-in chord with the diminished chord, right? And then I have that going to my major, and then I have that going to the minor, which means the C goes down to a B. All right, so let's play. So now let's just kind of end the song. So Jesus, Jesus. Now I'm going to hold my E flat. I'm going to do the cadence here, because I don't want to just sit here and look like I don't know what I'm doing. I got to have some kind of a Plagal cadence with Sean's lead in. So there's my major, there's my minor. Okay, so this is how we just end a song really nice. It will always have a way that you can end a song. And by the way, Sean, what did you do? How was that? Remember I told you to play the diminished, so I did. So that was my diminished chord, because I have the E flat in the bottom. Because remember, bass player, you got a bass player playing with you, tell them just hold that 1. Hold the 1, you're making the changes. So the change will be your diminished chord over the 1, right? Those are in now drop 2 position. So that's my leading chord to my A flat major, right? And there's my A flat minor, and then my 1. I really want you to understand how this sounds and feels, not just from an intellectual or theoretical standpoint. You're going from the minor 4 to the 1. That's all I want you to kind of know. I don't want you to get hung up on theory too much. I just want you to know what the minor 4 sounds like. When I was doing that song last, I said, Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him. I actually use it there, even though it wasn't technically a cadence. It wasn't technically the end of the song, but I did. I was thinking of the minor 4 here, right? Because now look at this chord right here. I want you to look at this chord right here. I'm in the key of E flat. If I go up, I'll hold these notes on the screen. If I go up 4, it'll be E flat, F, G, A flat, It's a minor Plagal cadence. It's an A flat B. You see an A flat in there. You see a B in there. Okay, so this is a type of that sound there that we're looking at, and I'm not looking at it as odd. I got to be at the end because a cadence is like a period, which it is, but I'll put a period in the middle of a sentence in a minute, and I may not even be at the end of the sentence. We know we make these rules to help you understand things, but what's more important is the emotional content of that, and what sound are you kind of wanting to hear, and when are you wanting to hear that, and how would I play the minor sound, and where do you want to put it? All of these are questions that we ask ourselves. How do we get this sound into our playing? I created a practice exercise for you, and it's going to run this sound in all 12 keys. Okay, so all of you who are like, I want to be able to play in all my keys, get this cadence in all 12 keys. So check the link in the description for that. If you're on our website, then this is going to be added as usual at no cost to you. So you just log in, click the link in the description. It'll take you right to the section on the website where you can practice this in all 12 keys and get that really good. And if you're not a part of the website, then go ahead and check us out. We'd love to have you. But man, this was a great video in how to use that minor Plagal cadence. Love that sound. Go ahead and practice that. And I will see you guys later.